What's up, good people? It's your boy DJTheParkBoy. We are in the building. First episode of the L.I.M.E show in the new year. I'm your host, DJTheParkBoy. Thank y'all for pulling up, showing love, and all that last shit, man. We're gonna keep the party going, keep the party growing. That's the only thing we can do. It's a new year, man. New goals, new things to accomplish. Hope y'all ain't failing on y'all New Year's resolutions already, man. We only, 15 days into the year, 14 days into the year. I hope y'all ain't failing already. I know it's so easy to succumb to I'm gonna start a new diet when the year come. For me, when it's like things like that, you just gotta do it when you decide to do it. Because if you put a timeline on it, makes things kind of hard, at least in my opinion. I'm not more of a New Year's resolution type of person. I'm more of a, if I need to do it, I need to get it done type person. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, man, I didn't feel New Year's resolutions before. I've also accomplished some New Year's resolutions, but I'm more of a let me get it done. If I need to get it done, let me go ahead and get it done type person because I ain't for the wait and to accomplish something later type person. This don't work out for me, you know what I'm saying? I like to be proactive. That's the only way I know to do, You gotta attack, you gotta grind, all of that at one time. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. It's so good to make it to a new year though. Uh the start of the new year been rough. I still got my Ravens hoodie on. Yes, we've been eliminated from the playoffs. We lost 6 goddamn games in a row. I can't believe that shit. I don't know if I got any other Ravens fans that tuned into the L.I.M.E show to go listen, but I really can't believe we lost 6 games in a row. That's uncharacteristic of Baltimore. Yes, we had a lot of injuries, but what was it? 4 or 5 of those 6 games were all lost by a couple of points. That is crazy. How do we do that? How do we get in that position? We can't do that to ourselves because it's not productive. It is not productive for the morality of a fan like me. I'm Super Bowl or bust every single year. Every year. That doesn't change for me. Super Bowl or bust. And, it sucked. But next year it's gonna look up. We're gonna get a lot of people back from the injured reserve. And I still can't believe we've had all the injuries we had. It just started off bad. But, I got faith in us. I got faith we're gonna push forward. I got faith we're gonna grow. It sucks. We hope the Steelers get into the playoffs. We ain't gonna make it. Don't let the Steelers make it. That should have been the mantra. You know what I'm saying? That should have been the motivation right there. Let's make sure this is Ben Roethlisberger's last game. He had hope, and we allowed him to achieve the hope he wanted. And that ain't what I'm looking for. That was not what I was looking for. And then it sucks because we got most of that hope we needed that would have got us in that position. But again, we're not there. We're not there. It's our fault. We went from number 1 seed to out the playoffs. Hope they find a good contract solution for Lamar. Just a lot of stuff to fix. New coordinators possibly. I still like Harbaugh. I don't want Harbaugh gone. I know it's a lot of people want Harbaugh gone. I don't want Harbaugh gone. So other things that, has happened within the new year besides me being upset that my team dropped the buzzsaw. I actually had to go to the hospital. It wasn't good, y'all. Felt like I was having heart palpitations, and it only happened at nighttime, and it was weird. One time it was really bad, but it is definitely calmed down a lot since I, had to go take a quick visit. They checked everything and said everything was looking good. Now I got to go see a specialist just to, verify everything they checked. They said it could have been a multitude of things, and I don't know. But it did have me worried. Had me a little scared, a little nervous. I did not know what the fuck was going on. And my mindset was, hey, look, I gotta make it to the new year. I got to. Not only that, man, I'm a person who loves life. I want to make it to fucking 100 years old. I want to be Betty White. You know what I'm saying? I want to live and prosper enjoy life, watch my kids grow, watch their kids grow, possibly watch their kids grow some. You know, that'll be the life. That would make me feel accomplished as a human, seeing my seeds continue on, live life, grow, get bigger. That's the things I want to accomplish. That's the most important goal to me. You know, being a great father, which is a hard thing to do, being a parent. You know, I had a discussion with my older brother here on the show before. Being a parent it's really hard. You know what I'm saying? I excel at being like an uncle, but that's because there's like no pressure on me to carry the load. The expectations are a lot less on like uncles, grandparents, and things like that. And you know, it's easier to do. It's I can step in and be fun. I mean, because in my living situation, I also live with my niece and nephew, so you know I get to be the disciplinarian as well in some cases. But I relish in that role because I know I'm trying to make sure they straight. I want them on a good path, and you know everything has consequences. Actions, reactions, consequences. Those things always go hand in hand. But yeah, man, that hospital visit definitely had me shook for a little bit. Crazy shit happening inside the hospital, speaking of it. So, first of all, when we arrived to the hospital, I'm like, man, I'm having chest pains and stuff. So I'm expecting to get viewed pretty soon. No. The total time I spent going to the emergency room was about 16 hours ish. And I'm talking about I was planning on going to sleep. So I was already tired. Then I have to spend 16 hours at the hospital. Yeah. Crazy times. Like, I can't imagine spending a whole 24 hours sitting there waiting inside of an emergency room. Like, it's an emergency. I'm here for an emergency and I'm having chest pains. I thought I would be like expedited. Then they told me the team that I have to wait for is the team that's been getting like casualties all night. I'm like, I don't want to go to that team. No offense, I don't want to be in that area. But they said this is like the trauma people. You're like, you have to go to somebody who can view, you know, the issues you're dealing with. Only problem with that is the wait time was fucking ridiculous. And every time I would ask somebody what's going on, like I didn't eat, I'm hungry, I'm tired, what the fuck is going on? And they just, hey, you know, it's a little wait my ass. So they moved me from the first emergency room into the next emergency room. And I'm back there sitting. And I'm like, wow, emergency rooms really suck. Because, I mean, I don't know, people tripping on that. But this one girl kept saying, I can't move my legs. And she was kicking her legs and screaming in pain. And I was like, what the fuck is going on across from me? And she was going off. I'm talking about going off about her legs aren't working as she's moving her legs. I'm watching her move her legs, and I'm like, I don't see, you know, maybe a receptacle in the brain is missing a nerve or something, and she don't feel like she doing. I don't know what's going on, but that was like the first one that had me like, wow. Then as I'm sitting there, randomly a guy walks up to me with his head leaking. Talking about leaking. Blood coming out of his head. And they're like, oh, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be over here. What are y'all doing that he walks past all of these nurses and doctors with a bloody head and nobody decides to stop this guy before he walks out of, I guess, the room he was in, somehow walks back to the emergency part to sit down. Yeah, I was like, that's a little crazy right there. But to top it off, we have the paramedics bringing in one guy on the gurney. The guy's complaining about his whole body is sore. He thinks he has, he thinks he has that bug. And in the course of that happening, he starts to arguing with the paramedic because the paramedic was like, we need to transfer you to a chair. And the guy's like, nah, I don't want to move from where I'm at. I'm in pain. And the guy responds to him and says, we're at a hospital. Everybody's in pain. The guy was like, you acting like you don't care and all this shit. I'm hurt. And the paramedic responds with, look, I'm going to help you get into this chair, but everybody's in pain. We need the gurney. We got to go pick up other people. We've been busy. So they proceed to go helping the guy. And the guy tells the paramedic, like, don't talk to me like that, you bitch ass nigga. I don't care if everybody else hurt. So the paramedic is like, dude, I'm trying to help you. You don't want to help you. If you don't want this help, you can do everything on your own. The guy said, hey, you better stop playing with me because I'll kill you. Those are serious words. You know, my man's on the clock. And he just got threatened with his life by the guy who's telling him, you don't know where you at. You on my side of town, and I had you killed right now. I said, hey, it is action in the hospital. It is going the fuck down. I got primetime motherfucking seats. So the paramedic takes the wheelchair he just put the guy in, and pushes him. And the guy flies and hits the corner that has like supplies and shit there. So the supplies and shit falls over on him and shit. And I'm in the back like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is good? Did he just really push this nigga into the corner? So the guy hits the corner, and I guess adrenaline kicks in because he went from being in pain to hopping up. Like, man, you got me fucked up. I'm trying to fight. And, you know, people go to start trying to break it up. So they proceed to, you know, security, other paramedics, and all of that, try to get in the way. They try to move him into a different room. And the nurse was like, I don't know if we should help him. And the guy say, bitch, fuck you. I'll kill your ass too. I say, oh, cuz a shooter. He threatening everybody. Like, you got to be the shooter. If you're going to threaten everybody, like, you either got power or you're the shooter. You got to be one of the other two. You either got money to pay for it or you doing it yourself. To be making all these threats, I'm just saying, if you're not about that, you shouldn't be threatening nobody's life like that. But that's what he was doing. So, in the midst of that, I guess he goes back out to the front, to which my fiance sitting out in the front too. So she was like, hey, it's this guy out here trying to fight the people. I said, yeah, man. He was just in the back area. And I started telling her the story of what happened. She was like, oh, they put him out, the police made him leave. I'm like, man, he fucked up because he was in that thing crying like he was in pain until it was time to turn gangster. All that pain went away. He was ready to go shoot everybody. But yeah, man, going to the hospital is an interesting trip. I can't believe it took that long. You know, I finally got seen like almost another 2 hours after, you know, the incident, dude threatening everybody and shit. But yeah, I got sent home and they checked my blood work. They checked my heartbeat and things like that. And like they said, my heartbeat came back, regular beats and everything. Everything was in like the normal range of numbers. It was just a random, like, I guess, long beat that it was occurring at one point of time within it. And yeah, like I said, I gotta go see a specialist. But so far, so good. I can still work out. I can still go play ball. I can still do everything physically that I would like to do. Working out is actually good for heart palpitations anyway. And I've been trying to get back into shape, you know what I'm saying? I need the 6-pack before my B-Day. So I gotta go extra fucking hard because I got like 3 months to accomplish what I'm trying to do. So I gotta go extra fucking hard, which I plan on doing, you know what I'm saying? Even though I kind of woke up late today. And the start of this started late because I felt so stupid. I'm an IT professional in my former life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got paid to do as a career. Before, you know, started doing my own shit. So I go to turn on my PC with my laptop. I go to try to load everything up. And I noticed my camera wasn't connected. My mic wasn't connecting. But power was going to everything. One of my cords in the back was just unplugged. I spent 40 minutes trying to do like software, hardware shit. Because I see all the power coming on. I'm not thinking it's any of the plugs in the back. There was a plug in the back. I don't know how that shit got loose. But it was out. And it was keeping the connection from fully, you know, materializing. But now we here. I'm here. Like I said, I missed you guys. I hope y'all miss me. And, you know, as I like to say, it's time to get into some of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You hear me, shawty? Hey, as the people in the South would say, you hear me, shawty? But yeah, we're going to start off this with, we're going to start this off with the new NBA Young Boy song with him, Hip Hop DX. It says NBA Young Boy disses King Von and gets a response from Lil Durk. So if y'all don't know, backstory. Signed to NBA Young Boy is Quando Rondo, who had issues with King Von, which led to a fight that led to the ending of King Von's life when he was, shot in the midst of the fight. And Young Boy's been pretty quiet about it, but a lot of people in the industry has been coming out talking about how it's like almost sides now. Why you won't see certain people working with people because, people are showing loyalty and alliances, especially when it comes to people from Lil Durk's side or people from NBA Youngboy's side. And people just don't want to seem like, they playing both sides. So, today is actually Friday, so the new Young Boys mixtape then came out. But he dropped a track called Bring the Hook. One bar that just about everyone in Chicago got just about everyone in Chicago talking was when he took a shot at famed O Block neighborhood in the south side of Chicago, where rappers such as Lil Durk and the late King Von, Chief Keef, and more once called home. So the line goes from the NBA Youngboy song, nigga this that Squid Game, Oak Block Pack getting rolled up. When I first heard that, I said, hold on, huh? And then I ran back the song when I heard it, and he said, nigga, this that Squid Game, Old Block Pack getting rolled up. Murder what they told us, Atlanta boy getting rolled up. So, Old Block is the neighborhood all these guys are from. He's saying he rolling up a Old Block Pack. He ain't from Chicago. So that's still a little stretch, to diss the whole neighborhood. I don't get it, but hey, he said murder what they told us because King Von is known as he was a shooter. He done beat murder cases, and the police have known him as a shooter this whole time. So you know what I'm saying? So when they say murder what they told us, that's from King Von. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta boy get rolled up. To which he's referring to, the shooting. So it goes on to say the menacing lyrics caught the attention of Lil Durk and Von's sister Kayla B, who both seemingly responded in a subliminal fashion on social media Wednesday, January the 12th. Durk captioned his Instagram photo, "Don't claim it. If you ain't do it, you still a bitch." Which is, he's letting he heard what you said. And he's like, why you trying to take credit for some shit? You wasn't even there. Which I can get. But when it comes to beef time, it ain't about who do it, and all. Because not everybody's going to be the killer. Some people's job is, not to be the killer. That's why you have shooters around you, at least in those type of positions. Or have people around you willing to take charges and do things. So I kind of get what he's saying. Don't claim it if you ain't do it. But, when you on that other side, not everybody commits crimes when they talk about the things that have occurred. You know what I'm saying? King Von's sister, Kayla B, also came out and said the same thing. Don't claim it if you ain't do it. You still a bitch. She also tweeted, on demon time, in the house on house arrest. Get in these streets. Academics also tweeted out, NBA young boy on demon time right now. And he dropping the tape, a whole tape Friday. Lil Reese said, they ain't on no demon time. They rapping just like the rest of all of these rappers. All rap. And while on O Block, you had people, they went outside and they stopped burning green flags outside. I guess that's against the NBA Youngboy. These are two of the biggest rappers in the game. And this is only going to escalate the situation, I believe, with people not working with each other, people choosing more sides. Are you with them or are you with us? And I don't think the music business should go on to, that new level of things, because it's business. It's music business. Handle your business. All that other shit is kind of, unnecessary, so handle your business. But that's not what's taking place in this case. I believe Lil Durk's going to respond to this. He's going to drop a song again and respond to this. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around it. Uh, do I think they're gonna ever run into each other? Maybe, possibly, but not likely. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to run into each other. And again, as we see, Chief Keef never does shows in Chicago or Illinois. So I mean, you can see other people not going to Illinois. It's not like it's L.A. or New York or Chicago's a really big place. But as we see, Chief Keef makes a lot of money not being in Chicago. I can see that occurring for maybe an NBA young boy where you don't see him going to Chicago for a show. But I definitely wasn't expecting diss song towards like King Von and O Block. That's like extra. That's extra right there. But a bullshit occurs all the time. All the time, man. So in this next story, they apparently caught a cop selling drugs for the Trey 9 Bloods. That's right, the same Trey 9 Bloods that worked with Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm here at the New York Daily News. The headline reads, ex-NYPD Sergeant. Damn you advertisements. But it says ex-NYPD Sergeant busted into Tekashi 6ix9ine investigation. Gets probation for transporting heroin. Alright, before I even get into the story. You're a cop who's meant to uphold the law. You get caught selling fucking drugs for gang members, and you the one who get probation. Ain't that a bitch? You the one who took the oath to uphold the law. You should be the one who gets punished the worst. Nobody should be giving you a slap on the wrist. I didn't even get into the story or the context, but just reading from that headline. You don't deserve a slap on the wrist if you take an oath to uphold the law while you're perpetually breaking it. You should be thrown under the jail. Because you're the people who make policing harder for people who want to be actual good cops. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't have the best relationship with the police. So maybe that's why my opinion is if you're the one fucking up, you need to be thrown under the jail. But we're going to get into the story. It starts, a former NYPD sergeant busted ferrying drugs for the Trey 9 Bloods gang during an investigation of Tekashi 6ix9ine was sentenced to no jail time Thursday by a Manhattan judge who said she turned her life around. I just want to say, I always thought you would have turned your life around when you became a cop. When you decided to take an oath to uphold the law. How do you turned your life around? No, bruh. No. If people get canceled for old tweets and shit like that, how the fuck did she get a slap on the wrist as she turned her life around? Now, I definitely need to know more of this story because it sounds like bullshit. Alicia Robinson, 41, sobbed as a Manhattan federal judge. Alvin Hellerstein imposed the merciful sentence of 4 years of supervised release on a single mom of 3. Robinson lived a double life. In 2017 and 2018, while serving as a sergeant overseeing 22 housing projects in Bed-Stuy, Williamsburg, and downtown Brooklyn, but when not on patrol, she was the girlfriend of Aaron Bat Young, who is now serving 20 years for his leadership role in the 9 Treys, which Tekashi 6ix9ine was a member of. Through Young, she met Kristen Cruz, a 5-star general in the game, who estimated he sold $2 million to $3 million of heroin and fentanyl. So, just from that section right there, she was a girlfriend of a gangster while being a cop. He's doing 20 years, and you get supervised release? That makes no sense to me. One of y'all was supposed to uphold the law. The other one didn't. Not only that, you were meeting players within the game to help them elevate their criminal activities. How do you not get thrown under the jail? So Cruz testified during the trial of 9 Trey gangsters that Robinson was at one point his girlfriend and that she ferried drugs for him because she drew less attention. I know, and I always will, that what I did was wrong, Robinson. told the court during her virtual sentencing. I take full responsibility for my poor decision making and behavior. I was not thinking clearly and was not thinking straight. After witnessing a rival dealer shoot Young in March 2018, prosecutors say Robinson lied about it to the NYPD and the grand jury. That year, 9 Trey gang turned on itself amid disputes about how to split Tekashi's earning and other beefs. Robinson was arrested ferrying a package of what she thought was 100 grams of smack from Bronx to Manhattan on July 25th, 2018. It was a setup prosecutors described as a reverse sting. The bust was a small episode in a stunning 9 Trey takedown that resulted in Tekashi's arrest in November 2018. The Bushwick-born rapper cooperated with the feds against his former fellow gang members testifying during a sensational trial. Tekashi received a light sentence of 2 years behind bars and has returned to a music career. His old friends are all serving lengthy sentences. So it seemed like everybody who got off easy was the cop in 6ix9ine, even though, the cop is in a position of power. She was in a position of power. And she utilized it to do the wrong shit. I don't see how she gets to escape from that one. That's some bullshit. Let's continue. Both her parents died when she was 7. She was raised by a series of different loving family members, but was very unstable home situations. She was a victim of, as a child, of repeated sexual abuse and assault between the ages of 9 and 13. Federal guidelines recommend Robinson serve 5 years. But the assistant U.S. attorney, Sebastian Sweat, asked Hellerstein to consider 3 to 6 months. The prosecutor conceded that Robinson's case was unique and that her relationship with Young was plagued by mental manipulation and physical abuse. She was a cop who dated a drug dealer. How was she fucking manipulated? I don't get it. Like, it makes my mind hurt when I see this, when I read this. This is crazy. So now she's being mentally manipulated. Did she not take a psych exam for the NYPD or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Aren't you supposed to take like a psych exam where she all having all these mental issues before you let her on the fucking force? Before she worked her way up to becoming a fucking sergeant? How does it make sense? Doesn't make sense to me. I'm reading this and it's bullshit. They say he is a dangerous and destructive man. I don't think you can overstate, just how dangerous he is, Sweat said of Young. We can vouch for the fact that he was a bad, bad man. Hellerstein acknowledged that Robinson never directly abused her position as a cop while moonlighting as a drug mule. She lied to cops about a fucking shooting. That's you. Am I reading contradictions? They said she lied to the NYPD about a shooting. That is abusing her position as a cop when she's being inaccurate and non-factual with facts. How the hell is she not the bad person in this situation? I don't get that shit. But there's always 2 sets of rules for 2 different people. I haven't seen her testify or nothing yet. They just saying she was manipulated. All of us have an inner turmoil that can prevent correct decision making, and sometimes that inner turmoil rises to such a degree because of deprivations of life in childhood and abuse, and the likes that robs an individual of being able to make an autonomous decision. It's very hard to find a condition of life more difficult than the conditions Mrs. Robinson went through, said Hellerstein. One of the purposes of punishment is rehabilitation of a person. You've shown, Mrs. Robinson, your own rehabilitation even before your punishments by choosing the life of helping others and supporting your family and your children. And making yourself clean and strong to do those things is highly commendable. So, in that they're saying, even before her punishment, she was helping people. Bitch, you're a cop. You're supposed to be helping people. How was that? You chose a job where you were supposed to serve and protect, aka help motherfuckers. So now that that's your occupation, why do you get fucking bonus points? Because that's your fucking occupation. You chose a job. You chose a career. This is your job. This is your career. Why do you get to pick the basis of you're supportive, you're helping the... Bitch, you should have been doing that. It was moving fucking fentanyl, which is killing motherfuckers. Whoo, I don't get this story. It's crazy to me. I guess that's the end of it. Wow. That's like the second wildest court case I've read about this week. The other one was a kid who got off of rape after doing 162 days in jail. The judge said that was enough. We have broken parts in our justice system all the fuck the way around. When people of power aren't held accountable for the power they use, everybody loses. And in this case, I see everybody else take a loss except for Snitch 9 and the cop. I don't get it. When you make choices, you have to live with your fucking choices. Live with them. Like shit, y'all. Like, whoo. I wish they took away snitching. So when you're caught, you do your fucking time. There's no making deals. There's no telling on people. None of that shit. Because if you allow somebody to be a CL shit like that, you're okay with them committing crimes in order to catch other people committing crimes. Like, nah. Law enforcement should not work with snitches. They need to find a way to do fucking police fucking work. Use the technology like the fucking internet does. Like, bruh, it kills me. So this next story was funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? Kanye wanted his wife back. She's been fucking around with Pete Davidson. And everybody been saying, how's Kanye going to take this? And what he's going to do is he's going to beat him up. But the house across the street from him. You know what I'm saying? He bought the house across the street. Now, he can't move straight into that house because it needs to be rehabbed. But, you know, he has all rights to be right there on the block. I live across the street from you now. So if I just so happen to see y'all coming outside, I ain't playing this shit. I live across the street, my guy. You hear me? But yeah. So we right here on TMZ. And the headline reads, Kanye West takes shots at Pete Davidson in song. ... I'll beat your ass. They burned out for that one, but that's basically what Kanye was coming at with it. So, it says, Kanye doesn't sound too cool with Pete Davidson dating his estranged wife. And on the heels of him allegedly punching a fan, he's got a pretty heated message for the SNL star. Ye take jabs at Pete on his new track with the game called My Life Was Never Easy. A snippet of the song leaked on the internet, and in it, Kanye goes right at Kim Kardashian's new bae. I'll let that shit play for y'all. That sounded a little low. But I'm going to read it to you. Kanye raps in the song, God Save Me From the Crash, just so I can beat Pete Davidson's ass. Ooh. I know he want to beat... The nigga want his wife back. I know he want to beat Pete Davidson's ass. You out here frolicking around with my bitch. Kim, she says she don't want to be in a relationship, so I can't say his bitch no more. His wife, I can't say that. But, that's his mindset right now. Like, you out and about with my girl in public, making me, while I'm trying to fight for my girl, that make me look even more dumb. You've been around me. Now you talking to my ex-wife. They got a picture with Kanye hanging with Pete Davidson back in the day, so I would be a little upset at that too. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? I would be mad at Pete Davidson if I was Kanye. Because Kanye definitely dropped the ball. The girl that he was out talking about, she's a Kim K fan. She loves Kim K. No, don't do that. You gotta go get a bad bitch and stun on her. Don't go get nobody who wants to kiss up to my fucking ex-wife. Go get somebody who bad and stun on her ass. That's what you're supposed to be doing in this moment. So the article continues. The leak sounds kind of rough. It's supposed to drop Friday night at 9 p.m. So it's possible Kanye removed the line and from the final edit. He's known to make last minute changes. Fans are speculating the single will be featured on Donda 2 and Game's Drillmatic album, as both rappers posted the clip. Now, even if Ye cuts the line, the fact that he recorded says a lot about his feelings about Kim and each of them moving on after their marriage. It's now hard to figure out why Kanye might have beef with Pete. As you know, Kim and Pete have been out and about, most recently grabbing peace in LA this week, and they seem to be getting much closer. Of course, Ye's been very public in his relationship with Julia Fox. They were out Wednesday night in Hollywood and even kissed in front of a swarm of paparazzi. But as we reported a few hours later, something or someone put him on edge and he allegedly punched an autograph-seeking fan outside his hotel in downtown LA. I mean, that got nothing to do with the Pete Davidson line. But I just want to say this. Pete, Kanye's on your ass, my man. He is on your ass, my man. He wants his wife back. He wants to keep his family intact, which I can understand, man. Families are huge importance to me, so I can understand why making sure the family's together, the family's good, is one of the most key aspects in life. As I said earlier, my family is one of the most important things to my legacy I'm gonna leave. That's the biggest accomplishment I can have is my family. So I kind of understand where you're coming from, trying to keep everything together. Hopefully they find a resolution. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand why I would be mad at Pete Davidson right now. Don't take no pictures with me to be on my bitch later, bruh. That's some sneak dissing whole shit. Ho, use a hoe, ho. That's what Kanye gonna say when he catch Pete Davidson. Pop, pop, pop. You better be ready. Pete Davidson, a little dude. You know, I don't care his violence, but I would love to see the video of this interaction. If it ever happens, I would love to see the video. Would Pete just walk up and square up? Or would he, try to duck and dodge? The world would never know. So in this next story, Supreme Court struck down vaccine mandates for corporations over 100 employees, but some corporations are still taking it in their hands to do things like this. Nike is preparing to fire some unvaccinated staff at its corporate headquarters, report says. Sub-headlines say Nike will reportedly fire a group of unvaccinated workers this weekend. According to Oregon Live, these workers were notified via email this week. Nike did not respond to insiders' request for comment. So, they're not trying to speak on, letting people go. Nike will reportedly fire some of its unvaccinated corporate workers in the next few days. According to local news site, Oregon Live, Nike, one of the largest employers in the area, sent an email to impacted workers this week, informing them that they will be fired on Saturday for failing to get vaccinated in time. If you fail to complete the verification process and our records show you do not have an approved exemption, as a result, you are not in compliance with the policy of your employment and scheduled to be terminated on Saturday, July 15, 2022. The sports giant wrote an email to staff, according to Oregon Live. Nike did not immediately respond to insiders' request for comments. Two impacted employees told Oregon Live that some workers have refused to be vaccinated because they objected to the corporate mandates. Others did so for religious reasons, they say. Nike introduced vaccine mandates in October, requiring all corporate workers to be fully vaccinated in preparation for its office reopening in January. Last month, it delayed reopening the corporate office because of the rise of COVID-19 cases in the United States. The Omicron variant is indeed highly contagious, with more data and time needed to determine what impact Omicron will have on our public health services. Monique Matheson, Nike chair, human resource officer, wrote in an email to employees at the time. Experts are predicting case levels to surge in the coming weeks, which coincides with our planned return to our workplaces. Nike is among a group of private companies that independently choosing to introduce vaccine mandates for workers. Other companies with more than 100 employees will be required to do so in the future if Biden administration vaccine or test mandate goes into effect, which it will not because the Supreme Court said no. The Biden mandate is on hold and being reviewed by the Supreme Court, although some aspects went into effect Monday. Supreme Court was telling them no. So that's an update on that. I guess the story hasn't updated that in here. The mandates are tough. Mandates have been introduced in DC, to which you can't basically do anything right now. You can't go out to restaurants and stuff like that unless the restaurants have outdoor seating. And it's crazy because in the midst of the economy being ready to implode, you already have vast number of people quitting jobs. Now you have people sick. Supply chains are fucked up. Introducing mandates does not make anything easier on the economy. And this is not me being against vaccines or anything like that, because this is not the messaging for this. My messaging is this. For so many people, especially on the Democrat side, or people pushing for mandates and things like that, it shows the hypocrisy when you understand the level of unvaccination within the African American community. So us dramatically is going to be affected by a lot of these mandates that are put in place for black people who decided not to, because we have the highest, I believe, group vaccination rate, the least amount of people vaccinated out of demographic groups. So now we're going to punish black people in America again, and it's going to be characterized as a, it was your choice type of thing for you to receive this type of punishment. But I mean, you're mandating that people who possibly already have natural immunity or things like that should still go get a jab. And your reasoning for everybody going to get the jab is to slow the virus, but it won't, because it keeps mutating. It's more transmissible than it was a year ago when nobody had vaccines. So, and you needed people to work through that shit. I was considered an essential worker. We received nothing for being essential workers, making sure the economy didn't fucking shut down when certain people were at home sitting on their ass. I was out there in the field busting my ass every fucking day. Every fucking day. So for anybody who was working and considered an essential worker, why the fuck I'm not essential now that you have a vaccine? When you didn't have one, I worked. Now that you have one, I'm disposable. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why corporate America's on bullshit. The American government sometimes on bullshit. Like, don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. Because that's what you're doing. You're making it seem like because somebody decides to, not get vaccinated, they're the hugest issue in the world. I would agree with that if we knew for guarantee that I would no longer be able to transmit the virus to somebody, or I wouldn't be able to get it. Then you would be a complete fool not to go get a shot. But instead, you have to get continuous shots. We're basically floating some really huge pharmaceutical companies with a lot of government money on vaccines. We're floating them. And mandates only help with, making these people bigger. The whole situation sucks. Because again, if I was considered essential, don't come to me later after I risked everything with no vaccine. Now you tell me I can't risk it no more when I was essential. Like, do you care about workers at all? At all, really? Do you really care about workers? I don't think so. But in this next story, back to some good news. Your boy, my boy, Kendrick Lamar is working on a movie with South Park co-creators. Now that just sounds dope. You know me, I love South Park. I loved everything that Matt Stone and Trey Parker do. Basketball, underrated movie. It was funny to me. I love South Park. South Park just been on fire since they ever came out. You know what I'm saying? I love their work. I love what they do. So to hear Kendrick Lamar's working on a movie with them, that's dope. So let me get into this article. It says 2022 has been pegged as the year Kendrick Lamar will make his long-awaited return to music with a brand new album. Following up 2017's Pulitzer Prize winning Damn, but the Compton native's first move of the new year finds him branching beyond rap. According to Deadline, Kendrick is entering the movie industry by co-producing an upcoming live-action comedy film for Paramount Pictures alongside longtime manager David Free, South Park co-creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Written by Vernon Chapman, the Untitled movie about a young black man interning as a slave reenactor at a living history museum who discovers that his white girlfriend's ancestors once owned him. Could be interesting. I mean, just hearing that will make me say, hey, let me go see the movie. On behalf of Paramount Pictures and the wider Viacom family, we look forward to ushering in the first theatrical collaboration from creative visionaries and galvanizing audience worldwide around a powerful storytelling experience, said Paramount Pictures President and CEO Brian Robbins. An Emmy Award-winning writer, director, producer, and voice actor Vernon Chapman is best known for his creating Adult Swim's Wonder, Chosen, and Xavier Renegade Angel. Never heard of him, never seen him. As well as voicing Towley, the weed-smoking Towel on South Park. Now, I know Towley because I'm a South Park, fan. Chapman has existing hip-hop ties and previous work with Killer Mike and Snoop Dogg on Trigger Warning with Killer Mike and Dog Fizzle Televizzle, respectively. I remember that from back in the day. Snoop did have his own TV show, man. And I thought that was the coolest shit in the world when I was a kid watching Snoop on TV, man. I've always loved Snoop Dogg, man. He's just an icon. It says that Chapman was also a writer on The Chris Rock Show. Kendrick Lamar and David Free are producing a film for the PG Lane Company, which launched in 2020, while Matt Stone and Trey Park are producing for Park County. Production is set to begin this spring, although a director has yet to be announced. The movie is expected to hit theaters and be available to stream on Paramount Plus. While this will be Kendrick Lamar's first movie production, the 34-year-old rapper has previous experience behind the camera, co-directing many of his own music videos, including Humble, Alright, and Element. As part of the duo, the Little Homies, alongside Dave Free. K-Dot has also made acting debut in 50 Cent's Star series Power back in 2018, when he played a homeless drug addict named Laces in one episode. 50 and Kendrick Lamar were hanging out, and Kendrick said, "Hey, I'd really like to be on the show." Power creator and producer Courtney Kemp said he was very kind. He's very kind of quiet and thorough and methodical. He had prepared so much, he was ready. She said he's really gifted, tremendously gifted. I mean, it's a total transformation. It's not the version of Kendrick Lamar you've ever seen before. In other news, there's still no word on when Kendrick Lamar's new album is set to arrive, although recent Instagram posts from longtime producer Soundwave promises new creations on the way only stoke the flames of excitement. The project will mark the final release of Kendrick's. It's going to mark his last release under Top Dog, the label which he started his career. Because he's moving to his own label, which I can't blame him. Get the money, man. Get the money. Again, I really like that Kendrick's only, he's out here and he's trying to get the movie back. Get the bag, bro. You got the eyes on you, go get the bag. And I think, with Matt and Trey, he's going to have a chance to put together at least a decent project. I don't know, the storyline don't really drag me in, but hey, it's Kendrick, South Park creators, I'm there. So in this next story, Cardi B goes to court. She's suing Tasha K because of defamatory things that Tasha K basically lied about. Has been proven as a lie, so she's facing a huge lawsuit right now. And if you don't know, Tasha K, online with Tasha K, she does a lot of gossip. And then one of the gossip posts she did, she talked about Cardi B, and now I know she's going to regret it. As the headline state, Cardi B said on stand, "I was suicidal after Tasha K's blog post testifies in libel trial." Cardi B says she wanted to take her own life after seeing alleged lies posted by a blogger who's now on trial in federal court. Cardi's lawsuit against the blogger Tasha K is now being tried in a federal courtroom in Georgia, and on Tuesday morning, Cardi B took the stand. She told the jury, "I wanted to commit suicide over the things Tasha was saying about her." Tasha made several videos, posts, back in 2018 and 2019 about Cardi B claiming she had been a prostitute and contracted multiple STIs, among many other things, what prompted the Cardi B lawsuit. As we reported, Tasha didn't take it well when she was served with the papers. Let's see what that link say. We won't click on that now. In court, Cardi also testified, "I felt defeated and depressed. I didn't want to sleep with my husband. This was all going down shortly after Offset and Cardi B welcomed their first kid coaching. And Cardi told the court, I felt like I didn't deserve my kid." Cardi's attorney asked her what she thought about Tasha after seeing the post. She said, "I felt like only a demon could do that shit." The rapper actually apologized to the judge for swearing after that statement. She eventually broke down in tears after repeating the ordeal that made her feel suicidal. Cardi is still on the stand and could be cross-examined by Tasha's attorney. I'm sorry. Cardi took tests and all of that to prove all this shit was bullshit. Now, like, if you don't have no facts, you about to pay. I don't know what type of money Tasha K got, but her pocket's about to get hit. They about to get hit, boy. Another part of this is it's from right here where it says I mean, Tasha's going to take an L on this. Apparently, she was mad when she got served. Of course, she's going to be mad after she gets served. She don't want to have to pay the fucking money. Like, you can't just go around making shit up. Like, come on. You're trying to destroy somebody by making up salacious shit. Deserve to get sued if you're going to just sit there and lie. Yeah, she deserves to be in trial, getting sued. You decide to do this shit. Now you got to pay the consequences of your actions. Not everybody likes to pay for their actions, but she gonna pay for this one. So on this next story, this might be the funniest story of the day. IG model says Drake put hot sauce in condoms to kill sperm and not get trapped. So, long story short, Drake supposedly met an IG model. They were hanging together. They smoked. He rubbing on her. Goes in the bathroom, puts on the condom, come back out, beats it up, goes into the bathroom, back into the bathroom after he's done, pours hot sauce in the condom, throws it away. The girl waits for him to leave. She goes in the bathroom, tries to impregnate herself with the sperm in the condom, but while doing this, she felt a burning sensation. And then apparently Drake told her he put hot sauce in the condom to kill the sperm. And, you know, the story was seeming going up. It didn't really blow up until Drake responded by saying, "You can have 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 hours and 45 minutes. So that helped the story blow up even more. It's crazy, man. Look, groupies gonna do groupie shit. It was a documentary I watched back in the day that was about like groupies to hip hop and some of the things that the girls were willing to admit that they would do just to meet somebody or just quick interactions with people. It'd blow your fucking mind. It will blow your mind. Like one girl said she gave that Shabbat top to the entourage member in Lil Wayne's entourage in order to touch Lil Wayne's dreads. So just from stories like that, this gives me a little bit of belief. Do I think, Drake really went to go do the hot sauce thing? I don't know. But if he's smart, then he should go get a hot sauce endorsement deal right now. Don't wait. Go get that shit right fucking now, bruh. Why not? You're the hot sauce man now. You know what I'm saying? He should do Drake's hot sauce with the 6 spices. Some shit like that. Play off that. Money to be made from hot sauce. People love hot sauce. And, you added fuel to the fire with this story. Might as well capitalize off the story even more. Like you said, have your 15 minutes of fame. I'm going to have everything else. And that's the mindset I think he should take in this case. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my good people. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been another episode of The L.I.M.E Show. I'm your host, DJTheParkBoy. We on the Next Up Network. Again, y'all, it's a new year. We gotta accomplish some motherfucking goals. New shit to accomplish. It's 2022, new hustles, new money to make, all of that shit. If you support the show, make sure you go hit up the merch store. Go buy some Floss House merch. Come show some support to your boy. You want to support the show directly? Go ahead, hit me up on Cashapp. Links down low. There's other things you can go ahead and start up. FanDuel accounts and get codes and credits. If you invest and go hit some of them links down there and go get some credits. Man, you'll both, get them credits. We can all eat together. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like always, I'm out.